My mom wanted knee surgery. She didn't have no money to get the knee surgery. She was struggling with the bills in the house. And so for me, you know, as a youth, you know what I'm saying? You trying to figure out if mom's struggling or whatever, you want to figure out as a young man of like how I can change that dynamic or how I can make it better. So for me, it was that, right? My step pops was there, but then one of my real pops, I'm yearning for my real pops type shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So as I'm watching that, I just felt the need to feel like that it's my responsibility to try to make something happen. So I'm watching her crying and be emotional in the room. I go in the room myself. I'm crying out to God, bro. I'm like, God, man, look, man, please, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever I need to do, I just want to be able to take care of my mom. I want to be able to take care of my family, bro, and make sure everybody's straight. You see what I'm saying? So for me, that was the first moment. 6 months later, I ended up getting my situation, meeting with old boy, and that went down. Fast forward, with the Hustle Hard, I'm in the midst of being broke right before that. Like I hadn't dropped the album, my first album, about to drop my second. I had dropped my second album, so I was in the in-between space. Bro on tour doing this thing, nobody worried about me, nobody not thinking about me at that time. You see what I'm saying? And that was a moment right before Hustle Hard. I'm in a condo vibe, and we playing Call of Duty, me and a homie. You know what I'm saying? I remember my dog, we pulling up in the Altima, going to the studio anytime we could get there, really. And it was like nobody really cared. We'd get there 2, 3, 4 in the morning. It's like, oh, after we finish, you can get in there. So it was like that. So I was like, all right, 3, 4 in the morning, we working. Man, bro, sent the beats over. And in that moment, I had went on a fast. You see what I'm saying? Because I was confused, started praying, reading more, and doing all of that. And then from that moment, bro, that's when the Hustle Hard beat came. And when the Hustle Hard beat came, that's when I manifested of like, I know this is a hit. Like if you take the flow and you do this, literally to myself, before it made, bro, you take the flow and do this and blah, 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 this shit over with. Yeah. I did exactly that. Went to the studio the next day, put the hook, same old shit, just a different day. Out here trying to get it, each and every way. Mama, you know what I'm saying? Baby needs some sugar, hey, time to get out. Yeah, what I'ma do, you feel me? Awesome. And it was the realest, it was real though, because it's like in that moment, you know, I'm having my child in 2011. My daughter was a 2011 baby, so she was a Hustle Hard baby. Side note, my son was a Bugatti baby, but my daughter, she really needed some shoes. My daughter's about to be born. My mama really did need a house. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the things like, so this was an actual real record. So this is why I mean about that authenticity, about when you just real with yourself and you authentic, people gonna feel that shit, homie. Yeah. You ain't got to fake and boom. And this wasn't none of like, oh, man, what the people gonna think about this? Nah, what God and what we think about this. Like, we gonna put that out, and it did what it did.
And that's beautiful, bro.
Yeah, brother.
I think really with this whole evolution of people, like, we forget the person that we follow, the person that we're fans of, and the Bible speaks about it a lot. You know, we don't idolize nobody, but we can fall victims to this. Like, yo, this person has become a person that we follow so much and immortalize them in a way where it's like, that's not right. You go through heartache. You go through pain. You go through certain situations that still makes you human at the end of the day. One of the things that, you know, I really want to talk about before we get out of here is, you know, the vulnerability of losing a child, right? And having that thought process go through and being in tune, obviously, with your relationship, you know, with the man above, it's like, do you ask why? Do you ask how? You know what I'm saying? What goes through your mind in that situation?
And I ask all that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I asked why. For sure, that was the main question too, bro. I was asking God why. You know, it was just a tough situation, man. I'm like, I ain't know how to navigate this. I'm a young boy.